Hi, it's Mike from Inside the Magic, and it's Game of Thrones time again. I didn't do one of these last week because of what happened in Orlando. Obviously, I have a lot of friends down there and a lot of friends in the gay community, so out of respect for those who lost their lives, we skipped last week. But back again this week talking about episode 9 of season 6, The Battle of the Bastards. The penultimate episode of every season of Game of Thrones is usually the most action-packed, with a couple exceptions, I think. But this one certainly conformed to that standard. I thought going in that it was going to be entirely set at Winterfell and focused on the conflict between Jon Snow's forces and Ramsay Bolton's forces, but we actually did spend quite a bit of time at Meereen as well, seeing how Daenerys handles the Masters coming back to reclaim their slaves. And of course she does that very well. And we finally got to see the dragons in a battle and see just how that would go down when someone is using dragons in a large-scale military battle like that. And that was really cool. And yeah, it seems like all the pieces there, especially now with Theon and his sister coming in, bringing their ships to join her forces, it seems like all the pieces are there for Daenerys to finally go and invade Westeros, which I'm sure, I hope, will happen next season. But back in Winterfell, of course, we got to see the big battle. And eventually, after a lot of very clever twists and turns that I hadn't seen before in a medieval-style military battle in a movie or TV show, a lot of neat stuff happened. But the good guys won. Jon Snow has retaken Winterfell along with his sister Sansa with the help of Littlefinger's forces of the Vale. And Ramsay Bolton got his well-deserved and very fitting comeuppance at the teeth of his poorly fed dogs. So that was an unusually satisfying end to a villain on this show. Usually we don't get something that narratively satisfying. But I really enjoyed it. It was very twisted, very dark. It was sad to see Rickon Stark, yet another Stark, dead. And I understand that was the price that had to be paid. As Sansa kind of said in the conversation she had with Jon before the battle, there was no way they were going to get out of that without Rickon being killed, unfortunately. But now the Starks have retaken Winterfell, so it's really interesting to see where that's going to go from there now that it's kind of come full circle with at least the Stark forces and a couple of the Stark children back in Winterfell. But yeah, this was really cool. 2 really awesome battles in one episode, a big payoff to a very good season, I think. And next week's kind of the denouement to all that. So looking forward to the finale, and thanks so much for watching. Be sure to visit InsideTheMagic.com.